Hey guys, today's topic, I don't even know really where to begin with this. Charlie Intel tweeted out about an hour ago that the Ricochet anti-cheat is doing some shady shit again, but this time it's banning players who use AFK methods in Plunder. These bans seem to have started recently and are permanent. If you don't know what a AFK method is, it's basically you tying two rubber bands or a rubber band around your two joysticks so that way your character can run around aimlessly in a match. And so that way, when the match ends, you can just garner all of your XP in one game, your match bonus XP. You could do that when you go to sleep. Your game, your console will never shut off. And you could wake up 9, 10 hours later. Your weapons level will be max. You'll have all of the attachments, and it's much easier to do a camo grind that way. People have been doing that for the last half decade. If they haven't been doing it in Plunder, they just do it in normal Warzone, even though it's probably not as effective. But Activision is now going after these players instead of legitimate hackers. We're talking about ESPs, aimbots from the chest to the head. It is ridiculous. And now they are going after legitimate players who have been using this method on Plunder for the better part of a half a decade. And we see the backlash in the comments. Immediately, Nero tweets out this funny tweet right here with the Simpsons. We have another comment right here saying that he was permabanned about a week ago for this, even though in their enforcement policy it says that first-time offenders for boosting, because the AFK method goes under the boosting category, don't get a permaban. It's not a thing in the Activision TOS. And when you go look at the actual TOS, it says it word for word. He's 100% correct. In Activision's TOS for boosting, it says any user who colludes with another user to exploit the game for the purpose of gaining XP, prestige, game score, weapon level, or in-game unlocks is subject to penalty. And we see that the first offense, the user may be temp banned from playing online, having their stats reset, etc. And then extreme or repeat offenses, then you get the permaban. Now, one could make that distinction. I always have the Activision bootlicker in my comments saying, you realize a bear shits in the woods, right? Like, yeah, we know that. But the first sentence says, a player who colludes with another player. An Activision bootlicker would make the case that the AFK method doesn't include another player. You don't collude with another player because it's you, a rubber band, and your controller. Even though that's technically right, that little distinction is true, if I were to ask you, is obtaining XP in Call of Duty not by mod menu, not by hacking, but by an in-game exploit, would you consider that boosting? You would say yes, regardless if it's with another player, 5 players, or just by myself. And that would fall under the boosting TOS guidelines. Now, we're going to run through a comment that I saw on Charlie Intel's tweet. And this guy seems like he wears a helmet when he wakes up in the morning. Because for the life of me, I've never seen such valid criticism go in one ear and out the other. Now, this commenter said that this exploit has been in Warzone since it was created in 2020. I didn't actually know that. But he actually says something very valid. He says, why permaban people when you could have just patched this 5 years ago? And Texas Radler, he is the main reason why Activision is able to do what they do. He comes back with follow their rules instead of trying to farm XP. And then, once again, he comes back with the same valid criticism. Maybe patch the method that's been out for half a decade instead of banning people randomly. And instead of actually just banning people, they've banned apparently thousands of players. Tens of thousands of players have been affected by this. This is not just some people. This is affecting a huge portion of the player base. Tens of thousands of players have been reporting problems like this. And he just comes back with the same valid criticism. It's a dumb mentality to just think that way. And then he comes out with this. Maybe if you're playing their game, and he uppercases their game, they didn't force you to play, but you agree to their TOS. If they say you or anyone broke it, then players have to face the consequences of their actions. Players can always fight it, but good luck with that. Um, there's a lot of contradiction in this one sentence right here because, first of all, it might be their game, but we pay for it, so it's also our game. That doesn't mean that they just get to disregard every little piece of feedback their player base gives them. Not only that, you saying they didn't force us to play is irrelevant, but then you say we agreed to their TOS. You're damn right we did, so please show me in the TOS where you get permabanned for doing the AFK method, because it's nowhere to be seen. They're actually breaking their own TOS if you think about it. But I digress. Let's just continue. If they saw you or anyone else broke it, these players have to face the consequences of their actions. Isn't that ironic that there's about, tens of thousands of cheaters in ranked play in Warzone right now, and in CMG just, cheating in the game, and you're actually supposed to face consequences for that, but they never do? Isn't that kind of funny? How they never, ever, ever face consequences for cheating, but then people are getting banned for putting a rubber band on their thumbstick. Maybe because they actually want the legitimate players to come back and buy the game again on a different platform and buy their skins again, instead of actually banning the cheaters who just buy the game, re-download hacks, and use an unlock tool, or just camo hack. And it's ridiculous. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? And once again, the only reason why Activision is able to do this is because of people like Texas. It's just Texas Rattler 2 on X gave me a migraine just reading that small little dialogue of conversation, because it's so brain rot retarded to just think that way. My last commentary, I mentioned the fact that I uploaded a video 2 months ago saying that Activision would have to change their TOS sooner rather than later to get age verification because of the content they were adding into the game and because of some of the lawsuits they were getting in court. And then about 2 months later, it happened. It literally happened. They added everything that was in the COPA law that needed to be added to the game just last week. And now, not even 72 hours later, we have them doing another shady bullshit action on the back end that no one's really paying attention to. I didn't predict that this would happen. I didn't ever think that this would happen. You know, every month this game does set the bar a little low, but this one's going to be tough to beat. This one's definitely going to be tough to beat because not only are they banning legitimate players, but they're banning them for an exploit that they knew was in the game, they refused to fix, and then if you actually look at the reason why they're banning it, people, it's not even that they care about the XP farming. Texas Rattler says that they actually care about the XP farming. No, 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 no. That's not the case. They want you to play the game longer. They want you to have a actual experience of suffering and pain in the SBMM algorithm. They don't want you to have a nice, fun time in Plunder with rubber bands around your controller, just ranking up your SCAR or ranking up your MP7 or your MP5. They don't want you to do that. They want you to actually play the game. This is not even about XP. This is about player retention and store bundles, like it always is. The fact that people can't even think like this, it's not even like a complicated subject, a complicated concept. All you have to do is stop thinking about this on a micro scale, take a second, take a step back, look at this on a macro scale, okay? Look at why they're doing this, look at why they're influenced to do this. Ask yourself, why now? Why not 5 years ago? Why are they permabans? why they're not going after the real cheaters. You have to ask yourself these important questions to reach a logical and sensible conclusion. And it's pretty evident that a lot of people don't do that. I don't understand. It's not that hard, but this is some shady stuff. I've never seen players get banned for being AFK. It doesn't even make any sense. Even if you're not tying rubber bands or you're not finding a way to move your character while you go do something or while you go to sleep, if you have to go walk the dog, people are getting banned for walking their dog. I'm seeing people on X, on Reddit, they say they're just going to get the UPS package and it's a big package. They got to, bring it into the basement or something. 15, 20 minutes later, he's fucking banned from the game. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? It doesn't even make any sense. It doesn't. It doesn't. We're targeting the wrong people. We're doing it at the worst times. And apparently we're not even going after the real cheaters. We're going after legitimate players who are doing a XP exploit. This is the level of degeneracy that Activision has reached. It's actually mind-boggling. And not only that, we got more Family Guy bundles coming in. We have more stupid bundles that have nothing to do with the theme coming into the store. And I told you in my last commentary, it was only going to get worse. It was only going to get worse. They've already changed their TOS twice in the last, 2 months that I uploaded that video. I said that it was going to happen. But listen, they're going to keep nosediving for the worse, and I'm going to keep enjoying every second of it. Enjoy this Black Ops 2 gameplay. I think about 80 kills. I don't think I got over 80 kills. I think I got 80 flat. But we're using the MP7, no attachments, just a Semtex. And this guy Jay's camping in the bottom with some C4s. He shot my body all last game, but that's all right. It's good playing Black Ops 2 again. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm going to keep uploading this gameplay for you guys. Seems like you guys are enjoying it. I just wanted to cover this because this came out an hour ago and I was shocked. I was just shocked. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Peace.